weeks ago, we talked about why you might want to visit other BNI chapters. Then last week, we talked about how to schedule yourself to visit another BNI chapter using BNI Connect online. Today, we're going to talk about how to schedule yourself to visit another BNI chapter using the BNI Connect mobile app. Now, I want to go on record as saying the process to schedule yourself to visit another BNI chapter using the mobile app is actually easier if you've already researched which chapter you want to visit. We'll show you why in just a moment. Once you open the BNI Connect mobile app, the first thing you'll do is simply click on Visitors. From there, you're going to click on Myself under Register a Visit. And at this point, you'll see the default is for you to see chapters that are in your region. So if you already know you want to visit a chapter in your region, all you'll do is click on that drop down where it says chapter and scroll through until you find the chapter that you would like to visit. Alternatively, you can also type in the beginning name of the chapter. For example, if we want to visit one that starts with PDX, it shows up everything that starts with PDX. So either way works out very well. But what if you're not really sure which chapter you want to visit and you kind of want to search states? You'd go up to where your region is listed, and from here, the easiest way to search states is by putting in the 2-character state abbreviation. For example, Florida would be FL. And you'll see it'll pull up all the regions within Florida. These are all the Florida regions. If you wanted to visit a chapter in New York, you could put in NY. And then you'd find all the chapters within New York. For now, we're just going to go ahead and put in Oregon, OR. Now, if you just put OR just that way, you'll notice that it hasn't pulled up Oregon until I put the space afterward. So that's just a little nuance that is good to know. And we're going to go ahead and select our region here. And it automatically will have all the regions in the area. Now, we had already typed in PDX. In fact, I was invited to visit this particular chapter, so we'll just select that right there and click on Next. At this point, again, it becomes important to know what chapter you're going to visit because as of right now, it doesn't show us the time the chapter is meeting, but we can choose the date. Now, you'll notice that this chapter has everything in green because this is an online only chapter. If it was a chapter that was hybrid, you would see the first meeting of every month would be in red. Or if it was a chapter that was only in person, then all of these would be marked in red. But it's very clear here, this is an online only chapter. And I'm going to go ahead and visit them on June 29th. I click on Confirm Visit Date. Here it shows me I'm getting ready to register for June 29th. And also remember, as a BNI member, if you're visiting another chapter, then you'll click on Guest. If you're substituting in another chapter, obviously you would click on Substitute. I'm going to click on Register right here. And you'll notice the note, it said I've registered to visit that chapter. Now, at this point, what's happened is I've received an email. This email has a nice note saying they're looking forward to seeing me on Wednesday, June 29th at 11:30 a.m. But remember, just as before, this is not the final step. We now have to register for the Zoom meeting by clicking this link here. At this point, we again have to choose the date. Again, this is just because this is the way that Zoom has someone register. So make sure you use the same date you chose before. You'll see the time here is 11:30. And I'll just go ahead and put my information right in there. It's already pre-filled. And once I click register here, now I'll receive a confirmation like this here. And if I go back to my email, I'll see that I have this email confirmation giving me all the details. And now this is the actual link that I'll use to join the meeting. If I want, I can add it to my calendar using these links right here. And that's it. The process, as you can see, does take a few steps. But once you're used to it, you can do it pretty quickly. Personally, I do find that scheduling yourself to visit another BNI chapter is a little bit easier to do on the computer simply because you can research the chapters easier that way. It's also very clear what times the chapters are meeting prior to you actually scheduling. as you saw, we had to register and then it showed us what time the chapter was meeting. So I do suggest going online via desktop or laptop. But if you're fairly familiar with the chapter and you know what time they're meeting, it becomes a very simple process to schedule yourself using the BNI Connect mobile app.